In the fall of 1968, something unprecedented was happening in Northern California. A killer had emerged, not just to kill, but to perform. He chose his victims carefully, attacked them in isolated locations, and then did something no serial killer had done before. He wrote letters. He sent them to newspapers. He sent them to police. He taunted everyone who tried to stop him, and he gave himself a name that would echo through American criminal history for more than 50 years. He called himself the Zodiac. The first confirmed Zodiac attack occurred on December 20th, 1968, on Lake Herman Road near Benicia, California. Two teenagers, 17-year-old David Faraday and 16-year-old Betty Lou Jensen, had parked at a remote lover's lane for the evening. A man approached their car, ordered them out, and opened fire. Faraday was shot in the head at close range. Jensen ran and was shot 5 times in the back. She died on the road. It was a cold, methodical execution. The killer left no useful evidence. 7 months later, on July 4th, 1969, the Zodiac struck again. This time the location was Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. Darlene Farron, 22 years old, and Michael Mageau, 19, were parked when a car pulled up beside them. A man approached and opened fire without a word. Farron was killed. Mageau survived, barely, with gunshot wounds to the face and body. 1 hour after the shooting, a man called the Vallejo Police Department and reported the double murder. He told them to check the December 1968 case, and then he hung up. 3 weeks after the Blue Rock Springs attack, the Zodiac did something that guaranteed he would never be forgotten. On August 1st, 1969, 3 newspapers each received a letter. Each letter contained a section of a coded cipher. The Zodiac claimed that when decoded, the message would reveal his identity. He demanded the newspapers print the ciphers on their front pages or he would go on a killing rampage. The newspapers complied. The full cipher, later called the 408 cipher, was cracked within days by a high school teacher named Donald Hardin and his wife Betty. The message read, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game because man is the most dangerous animal of all. To kill something gives me the most thrilling experience. The best part is that when I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and all those I have killed will become my slaves. I will not give you my name because you will try to stop my collecting of slaves for my afterlife." The message revealed the psychology of a man who believed killing was sport and who believed his victims would serve him in death. On September 27, 1969, the Zodiac attacked again. This time, he changed his method entirely. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were students picnicking at Lake Berryessa in Napa County. A man appeared wearing a hood with a crossed circle symbol, the same symbol the Zodiac used in his letters. He tied them both up with rope he had brought with him. Then he stabbed them both repeatedly. Hartnell survived. Shepard died 2 days later. Before leaving, the Zodiac wrote on the door of the car, "Vallejo 12-2068, 7-469, Sep 27-69 by knife." He was keeping score. 13 days later, on October 11, 1969, a San Francisco cab driver named Paul Stein was shot in the head in the Presidio Heights neighborhood. The killer got out of the cab, wiped down the interior, cut off a piece of the shirt, and walked away. Police officers stopped a man matching the description and let him go, apparently unaware he matched the profile. Paul Stein was the last confirmed Zodiac victim. But the Zodiac did not stop communicating. The letters continued. He threatened to shoot out the tires of a school bus and kill the children inside. He sent ciphers that have never been fully decoded. In 1970 and 1971, more letters arrived, each one signed with the crossed circle symbol, each one adding to the growing terror. The San Francisco Police Department received dozens of letters over the years. Investigators believe around 21 are authentic. By the early 1970s, the killings appeared to have stopped, or at least the Zodiac stopped claiming credit for them. The case generated the largest manhunt in California history. More than 2,500 suspects were investigated. The prime suspect for decades was a man named Arthur Lee Allen. Allen was a convicted sex offender with disturbing connections to the case. He had told acquaintances before the murders that he wanted to hunt people. He owned a Zodiac brand watch with the cross circle symbol. His name, when translated to the code system the Zodiac favored, produced a Z. Several survivors identified him from photographs. But when police finally got a warrant and searched his home in 1991, the evidence did not hold. His handwriting did not match the Zodiac letters. And when DNA technology became available, his DNA did not match samples from the Zodiac envelopes and stamps. Arthur Leigh Allen died in 1992, a suspect until the end. The case was never resolved. In 2020, a team of amateur codebreakers announced they had cracked the most famous unsolved Zodiac cipher, the 340 cipher, which had remained unbroken for 51 years. The decrypted message read, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me." That was not me on the television show, which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner because I now have enough slaves to work for me. The message confirmed what investigators had always known. The Zodiac was lucid, calculating, and completely without remorse. But it revealed nothing about his identity. The case of the Zodiac killer remains open. Over 50 years of investigation, thousands of suspects, DNA technology, the world's best codebreakers. And still, the man who called himself the Zodiac, who killed at least 5 confirmed victims and claimed 37, who sent 21 letters taunting the police and the press, who encoded his identity in ciphers that took half a century to crack, that man has never been identified. He has never been arrested. He has never faced justice. The crossed circle symbol, the letters in the newspapers, the cipher that sat unbroken for 51 years, they are all that remains. And somewhere the answer exists. It always does. The question is whether anyone will find it before it disappears forever.